I'm recording. You recording?
Of course I'm recording.
All right. Hey everybody, it's me, Knight, and I'm with Keo. He's also recording his end because, as you can plainly see on my end, I don't. Obviously, you can't see from Keo's end. We just got our loot crates for the month, and as you can plainly see, mine is reversed because blame webcam. You're seeing it on my end of things, so it's a mirror image, and same with Keo's. I'm assuming.
Fix it later. Fix it in post.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the December loot crate where we were promised a whole lot of stuff because it was the anniversary loot crate. And it was supposed to be Batman, a Marvel thing, Guardians of the Galaxy because I was separated from the Marvel thing, uh, Ghostbusters, Simpsons, and Tetris. Why Tetris? Why not?
Because Tetris is classic and greatest video game ever.
Yes, I have seen what's in this crate. But Keo just got his no more than a few minutes ago, so he has yet to see what's inside. So, I'm going to let Keo take the first one.
Okay. Let's open this thing. Lock all of my lights. Bam. I found socks.
Yes. It is socks. It is.
And it is I Am Groot socks.
Yes. The Guardians of the Galaxy thing was socks. And I have a sense of irony with this, considering it's almost Christmas. And the dreaded thing you want to have in anything is usually socks. However, I do like these. The fact that it's I Am Groot and everything.
So fast. I'm not very good with socks.
Yeah, but hey, it's Groot. And it is very nice. It's... I haven't obviously tried them on yet because they're still with their packaging, but I was saving it for you guys. I will wear them another day. But yeah, that is the first item. What'd you think about that item?
I didn't expect socks.
Neither did
I
I.
have them now.
Yes. So, that was what I think is one of the few good things about this crate. The other good thing, and I will reveal the special figure because it was like the second thing you freaking see in this thing. The very Pop Funko figure that they promised to give out. And I think this is probably the best thing I've seen in this whole thing. I'm trying to lower the box here. It is Batman Joker.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It is by far the best thing, in my opinion. I don't know about yours. Um,
It's neat.
it is neat. It's very interesting, in fact. And it's a Loot Crate exclusive, which is very nice. I've always been a fan of Batman. That's just who I am. I'm not pro DC. I just like Batman, and I do like Joker. And essentially, this is old school Joker too. When you look at it, this is not like Heath Ledger Joker, which, if you don't know already, I actually despise that version of Joker. And the only reason I do is that to me is not Joker. At any point, I understand that's a whole different movie franchise, but take a realism idea to it. Don't like him. And I know that's heresy with the internet community.
What do you mean? It's the best Joker since ever Jokers.
Yeah, but fuck you. I'm still a Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero, and Mark Hamill fan of Joker. And the fact that this is old school, where he's wearing bright and pretty kind of colors, is even better.
Yeah, you know, I'm taking it out.
I'll take mine out later. I don't feel like taking mine out yet. But yes, it is by far the best item I've seen in this whole crate. But you'll soon find out where they put all their money into.
It's interesting.
So, you get to do the next one. After you get to reveal your little figure there.
Well, apparently we need the Tetris holder.
Yeah, we have Tetris.
It's all the Tetris.
It is a sticker set of Tetris, which is really good stickers. These are not like these ones that will tear. These things look like they have
It's a
plastic
plastic
gelled.
stickers. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are a really good set of stickers. They are essentially designed to be Tetris. If you can't tell from these little things on the bottom here, you can make words, you can say, put it on anything, and they will stick.
How many do we get?
We have 147. And we have a design booklet included. So it's really, really nice. For a Loot Crate exclusive, I think these are.
Oh, let me see if those are.
Well, it has to be because it says Loot Crate on the fucking front of the box. On the computer, if you look at it.
It could just be custom packaging, but yeah, it might be.
Yeah, but yes, this is a really good item. But
I mean, I don't know what I. Oh, hey, you get the alphabet.
well, that's pretty nice too. I wish they could give us like the skull design and the heart design that.
Basically, you get a poster with this.
Yeah, but that's also to help you build the letters and all that stuff using these fucking stickers. But yeah, these are not bad. They are a far better item than what else is in this crate. But yeah, that's not a bad one. It's Tetris. Tetris is always good.
Tetris is always good. Agreed.
So it is my turn to reveal the next one, and since you revealed the first Marvel item, which was the Guardians of the one, I get to reveal the one that's not Guardians, and it's an air freshener, specifically Captain America's air freshener, vanilla scented.
Well, it makes sense. You can't get more vanilla than Steve Rogers.
Like I said, where the money kind of went away, it just started. This is a bad item. Unless you have a car, or you usually buy these for novelty or collecting, there's no point. I want one of this. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
I just no. Why they thought this was a good addition, I don't know. I guess they just ran out of money.
Is that? I'm not even sure this is vanilla.
I'm not taking it out to smell because right now I'm kind of stuffy nosed, mainly because it's cold.
I mean, I guess, but it's not vanilla I'm familiar with.
Yeah, there's two things wrong with this. Obviously, one is a scent, but the other thing is it's a fucking square, and it's Captain America's shield design.
Yeah.
You can't capitalize on that?
It's cheaper. It's much cheaper if you make them in square shapes.
Exactly my point here, is that it sucks. It's a bad thing.
And it could have just made the round shield. It would maybe cost you a bit more in resource. It would have been much nicer. And round shape isn't that bad in resource usage.
Yeah, this... I'm disappointed with Loot Crate on this one, because this is the second time we've had this. First time was in the Heroes Crate, that I remember, and I didn't like it then. It was a novelty. At least you got to see the whole goddamn character, whether it was freaking Proto Man, Mega Man, or Sonic.
Like the character, thank you very much.
Well, at least you got the whole character. This one, you don't. You don't even get the freaking whole shield. You get most of the shield.
Yeah, about 60% the shield.
Yeah, you know, this is just bad. It's novelty. I will never, ever want one of these in another Loot Crate if I could hope for it, ever. It's a cheap shot, and really, it feels like I wasted my money at that point. But yeah, your turn.
Alright, well, what do we have here? We have The Simpsons. Let me see what this really is.
I gotta get mine out. Yeah.
It's a paper wallet.
Yeah.
With lots of storage.
it,
Lots of storage.
it goes
Be
back to what
mighty.
I'm sure this will last a while, but it's paper. It's origami.
My mighty wallet.
I don't mind it. It looks kind of cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. My problem with it is it's something that I don't need, obviously.
You
Probably
also
something.
get a bunch of these like coupon codes,
Yeah, at least they kind of balance it out. But
but they're all for the website.
yeah, it's just a problem with this is that it's made out of paper. It ain't gonna last forever. It's gonna last maybe what, a couple months.
Oh,
It's paper.
this is the cotton paper. I think. I think this will last a lot longer than that.
Yeah,
But
that's if it's
this
well taken care of.
yo-yo has a dollar bill or something.
Yeah, it's
It's sturdy.
but
It's just
it's novelty.
yeah.
You don't want to
Nobody,
use it.
I'm not going to just stop using my current wallet for it.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison, because I have my wallet here. Okay, this wallet right here, obviously it's got Nintendo on it. This thing has lasted over 2 damn years, and it still works just as good. This is not going to last that long, I don't think. This is even novelty just by its standards, but it's made out of fucking leather. Or fake faux leather, who knows. It's still going to last longer than this. On top of that, this has more storage than this.
Well, this is about the same storage as my wallet, but
Well, I have cards, I got all this other stuff I have to have.
yeah, I try and keep my wallet load a bit light, so I probably wouldn't wear it out that fast.
Yeah, I would. Most people would if they have a lot of cards or have a lot of things they need to have on them at all times. This is novelty. It's something that you don't want to use all that much. Unless you really want to use it, go for it, but it ain't going to last long, I guarantee it. It's still paper,
Yeah, it's sturdy paper.
but it's not great paper. It's sturdy. It lasts a long time, but not as long as you might think.
No, it'll go bad eventually.
Yeah.
Eh, if you needed a wallet, it wouldn't be bad.
It will hold on for a bit if you needed a wallet, but most people don't. Anybody that's buying a crate, by the way, probably don't need a wallet.
Unless it's gifted to them.
True. So that's The Simpsons. So I get to reveal the next one, and well, let's finish off the freaking ones they announced. Ghostbusters.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. I had warned Kyo that the Ghostbusters is probably the worst item of this thing. It's probably worth maybe $1 here. And here's why. It's a door hanger for do not disturb things.
Must we get slightly different ones?
You might. I got one that has Slimer on one side and it has the other one with a warning label.
Let's see, I got mine is the guys crossing the beam saying, "Back off, man. I'm a scientist." And the Stay Puff Marshmallow Man. And are you the Keymaster?
Well, I got Slimer, so I'm happy. If any one of them I wanted, it was be the Slimer one. That's just
Not
me.
bad, but I mean,
It's still $1.
I got these something like this free last time I bought a graphics card.
Yeah, this is a cheap thing again. I don't mind it because it has Slimer, and the fact that it says "Come on in, you ugly little spud." That's a reference to the first movie.
For the most part, I don't understand door hangers outside of hotels
Yeah,
because they serve a purpose.
here they don't. They don't.
In your own house, it's usually ignored.
And again, this is a Loot Crate exclusive. They even have it on the very bottom with the Ghostbusters logo and everything.
Yeah, I do.
It's nice. Again, novelty, cheap, and like I said, it just goes downhill after you see the Funko figure. It doesn't recover. The only time it does is when it gets to the other thing. And I'm going to quickly reveal the cheap things before Keo reveals the comic book. Because he's got that. They give you a candy cane. Fitting of the month. At least it's worth something. If you didn't like any of the items, you have candy cane. You should not be hating on a candy cane. The other thing they give us is a Crunchyroll thing. Free month. You don't even need to get our loot crate to get this damn thing. There's no code. There's nothing like that. You just go to a website called crunchyroll.com/loot crate. Done.
You probably still have to give them your credit card.
Still, it's a 30-day free. You know, I'm sorry. Advertisement, though.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a
cheaped out.
qualified advertisement.
Yeah, it's bad. If you're gonna give us something that we don't expect, that's fine. They've done that with, I think, the Hero Crate. They also have done it with another different crate where they gave us a game that we never expected to get.
Yeah, they could have put some nice surprises in here, but
Yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah, this one just, it's fallen short. Like, this was another thing that would go on the cheap things. We've already gotten the best stuff so far. And then, of course, you have the other stuff like the booklet, the pin, which
Yeah.
actually the pin looks quite decent in comparison to the other ones. But that's always going to be in every crate. And even the booklet. This booklet looks awesome.
Is this? It looks like an interview with Stan Lee in here.
Yeah, they did. They talked to Stan Lee. But I would have wanted, like, just the cover. That would have been good. If that was just a poster, if it was a piece of paper poster, I would have wanted that over any of these other items that I have stacked right here. That's just me. I mean, it has the Batman, it has Homer Simpson, it has Groot, it has Slimer. And they have the words like you see on this shirt that I'm wearing from last month's crate. You know? Why couldn't we have that?
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if you look at Groot, all it says is I am Groot.
Was it?
Yeah, that's all he says. But again, that would have been better.
Mine almost says Instagram. Instagram Ghostbusters.
But yeah, it's... so far, this crate has been quite underwhelming. But Keo, you've got the comic book.
Yeah, it's right there, because they didn't put it in the box, actually.
You didn't get the comic book?
It's empty outside of the candy cane.
Wow! So you
Well-
got robbed of the comic book.
They didn't even get the gum, it got the thing. And it was right the other way. It's candy cane, and I didn't get the comic.
Well, that sucks.
No
So
comic.
I'm the one that's left to reveal what that is, and Keo, you might have to click on mine so you can actually show.
Yep.
It looks like this. I'm sorry if there's a glare to it. I'll try to keep it like that. It is Batman Endgame. It's issue number 36. This also comes with a free digital copy of the first 3 chapters of Batman Arkham Unhinged. It's not bad. The comic book is not bad. It sucks for
No.
Keo that he doesn't get it, but it's not bad. It's a far cry from all this other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of would have preferred a Titans, but you
I
know,
mean-
Batman's just so mainstream.
Well, yeah, and they didn't advertise DC Comics. They just advertised Batman for this crate. And you didn't miss out on anything. At least you got a Batman item, because if you didn't get that freaking Funko figure, you have some reason to complain to them.
Yes.
You know, you'd have a reason to go, what the fuck, Loot Crate? You didn't give me
Yeah,
the
I don't
comic, you didn't
really
give me the
gonna
fucking
complain
Batman
out of.
figure?
I don't really go and complain out of not getting a comic that wasn't even the beginning of the
Yeah,
series.
that's true. I mean, you don't have any reason to complain outside of that it just wasn't
'Cause
there.
I'll probably start reading it, get confused as to what's going on, and then stop because it's not the first one.
Yeah. And this crate was underwhelming. Obviously though, the inside is Batman themed. This is just like last month's crate,
Yeah,
where you
and
can take it a piece and it's Batman's Batcave. It has some really nice parts in there where you can actually see right in the middle, right there. You can see like the Bat costume and some of the other ones, like Robin's and I think Batwoman's or Batgirl's or whatever. It has some other special things to it as well.
I mean, it has the was it the Joker coin
Joker
and
coin?
the yeah, it's got the coin and the dinosaur next to it,
Yeah.
and then it's like the old school Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, they did pretty decent with this. With the box, they did decent with all the good stuff, which is over here. But it's still the amount of cheapness they did with the ones they advertised with this. It falls short of what it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't terrible. I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, just keep in mind, 3 of the 5 brands that they said that was going to be in this crate were just cheap. They were cheaped out things. Like, why? Why was
Yeah,
Ghostbusters cheaping down? I'm pretty sure Ghostbusters is really popular,
something
especially
to
now.
figure. Clearly, the best things here.
Yeah, I mean, as much as this is probably more expensive than these 2 things, this is still made out of paper. It didn't cost them much to make this. They just took a poster, put it on paper, and that's it.
I mean, well, I don't know how much the
The
high
wallet,
cotton fiber paper costs, but
but it costs more than a couple bucks.
being a wallet is a bit underwhelming with the whole walletness.
Yeah. I mean, if this was, I don't know, fabric, it would be worth a little bit more. It would be actually not a cop out. Uh,
Uh,
to me, if it was something that I can use, I would use it. I don't want to use this one. It's paper. I don't care if it's cotton paper. It's still paper. I'm afraid I'm going to rip it. It looks too good to rip. I'm sorry. This door hanger. A, not useful. B, it's a
yeah,
door.
I, I'm not sure what I'd do with the coat. Of all these things, I'm gonna use the socks. The socks is always nice.
I
The
mean,
figure will sit next to Groot,
yeah.
of course. It's.
The air freshener.
I don't know if I'd ever use the sticky Tetris
Yeah,
thing.
there's some things like even that is not as useful as it could be though.
I mean, if my wallet fails tomorrow, I'd probably use the paper wallet, but
But chances of that happening is unless that fucking thing rips in half, it's not gonna fail.
yeah.
um, air freshener.
I mean, I'm gonna probably just throw it in my truck.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it doesn't even smell of
I'm
vanilla.
not, but it's not that great a smell.
You know,
Not that great smelling.
what's in this box as of right now is maybe what, $5, maybe 7 with the wallet, and that's not including all this other stuff.
At least 15, because I'm going with that cotton paper's not cheap.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It feels like origami paper. That's the thing.
Maybe it is. I'm just saying cotton paper. I don't know what it's made out of.
Well,
It
even
feels like money, though, so...
yeah, it does. It does have that money feel, but to me, if it feels like paper and it's thin as paper, I don't care how good the texture is and how sturdy it might be. It's still paper. It will rip.
Yeah.
It won't last long. Um, and it was cheaply made. I don't care what design's on it. It's on paper. Paper don't cost that much.
I mean, maybe duct tape wallet would have been a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Just because duct tape is like invincible.
I mean, I'm nothing against it. It looks cool, but you don't want to use it. I swear, no, there's no reason to ever use paper for a wallet. I don't care if it's made out of origami or the toughest paper known to man. It will rip. It will not last long. It will go away. And it's a waste, especially on this. Oops.
Yeah.
It's The Simpsons. Pretty much the entire fucking cast of The Simpsons in cartoon form. You know, and that's really nice. I mean, you see Sideshow Bob, you see Krusty the Clown, you see let's see what else we got some of the mobsters. We have Radioactive Man. You see Marge Simpson and Homer on there. You know, Milhouse's father, Skinner, all these characters. And yet you don't want to use it because it's novelty. You'll ruin it. That's all I'm getting to the point on.
Yeah, this is a decent crate, I suppose, but it just feels stretched in too many different directions.
Yeah, I mean, the best items, like I said, were comic book if you got it. If you landed in Keo's position, sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
Wheeled, because, you know.
that was the big thing that they were announcing with the freaking Funko figure. But yeah,
Yeah.
the comic book, the socks, as amazing as that sound, the socks are worth it. The sticker set, as much as it may not have uses, it is still higher quality than the rest of this stuff in here. It has
Yeah,
its
you
own
got
uses.
something, I guess.
It's
I mean,
decoration. That's all it is.
I don't know what I throw it on, but
You can throw it on anything else. You can throw it on your tablet if you really wanted to. I'm not gonna. I'm sure you're not gonna, but you can.
no, I tend to leave my electronics pretty clean.
And by far, the most expensive of the items was this. I would not
Yeah.
be surprised if this thing lands on eBay for about 65 to 80 bucks.
Oh, I can see this going on eBay for about the same price as that Groot. I mean,
Yeah, I would not be surprised. And the fact that I like it just means I'm going to keep it. In fact, as much as I do like Groot, and as much as I do like Guardians, because I did watch that movie in the theaters, and it was fantastic. As much as I do like some Marvel movies, I'm always going to be Batman at heart, which means I'm more pro DC than I am on Marvel. This is my favorite item out of all loot crates so far.
yeah, I mean, nothing replaces Groot.
Well, yeah, I mean, you like Groot, but you're pro Marvel. That's the difference here. And it's all opinion. I like this. This is the best item I've gotten, but I do like the Groot figure. I still have him. He's on my desk right now. You know? Still the two best figures I've gotten out of the crates. I have not gotten anything better.
Well, I like it more than Leonardo
Yeah,
and the Alien.
yeah. You know, these are Pop
Better than the
Funko figures are
helmet.
good. I'm not gonna lie.
Better than the helmet.
Oh well, I like the Mega Man helmet, but in terms of what are my favorites, it's in the top 5 on the helmet. But these two are number 1 and 2 at the moment, and right now, Batman beats Groot by that, and it'll be reversed for him. You know, it's these two are the best things I've ever gotten out of the crate.
Well, I guess it kind of makes sense, though. With Pop Funko.
I love Pop. But again, this brings us like, does this compare to the other crates we have done?
I think
This is
last time may have been just slightly better.
well, previous crate was probably the best crate we've ever gotten, outside of maybe the Fear, and the Fear one probably reigns supreme on it, just a bit. But in terms of heroes, the Heroes crate was better than this one, in my opinion. Because we got a lot more stuff that we actually wanted out of that than in this one. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, as much as, hey, the socks are nice, this was better. As much as this is nice, the other one was better. You know, I'm sorry. It's just the Heroes one is better on terms of quality. Um, that's pretty much why. And I think we said that the Heroes crate was the worst that we had gotten
You
up
had.
till.
I still put it ahead above a few others.
Well, I don't. What was the September crate?
But again,
Exactly. I mean, the September crate was.
one?
I think the September crate was the Firefly one.
Oh, I like that one. I got Mal.
Yeah, I mean, you got something that you wanted out of that one, and it was the Galactic one, and yet that one was kind of lackluster for me. Maybe because I didn't care about Firefly. I cared about Star Trek, and that was the best item in there. And I cared about Star Wars, which was the worst item in there. But that
Luckily, Star Wars is fairly low on my list of sci-fis I like.
Yeah. But, again, that crate was pretty bad in its own right, but we had one great item, and you got your Firefly stuff. So, personally, you thought it was better.
Yeah. This one,
in terms of overall,
not a big DC fan overall. I mean, I like the Batman movies, but I don't go out of my way to get, this is nice.
But yeah,
it's nice.
This crate,
it's the one thing that probably saves this crate, really.
Yeah,
but
DC is the one that saves this crate. It's hard to say that when you had Marvel in this motherfucker. It is hard to say that. But DC saves the crate.
Come on. Come on. You could have done one of those cheap Captain Mouth figures in here.
Yeah, I mean, this was, in my opinion, the worst item of this whole crate. That's just me.
I think it's just they branched out in too many directions.
Yeah.
They should have focused in on, like, a more, like, comics or,
Yeah, I would agree.
Cartoons But I mean, we
honestly,
got cartoons, comics,
honestly,
and Tetris.
I could have lived without this. I could have lived without this. Simpsons should never have been this one. The way this crate was, it was very superficial. It was very comic-oriented.
It was kind of just saying, this was more about just getting the brand names in than
I mean, I could have done without the Simpsons.
Names.
I really could have done without the Simpsons. I could have done without an extra Marvel thing when you announced that there was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
just leave Guardians alone.
I'm kind of hoping for a figure of some kind, but
honestly, the only things they could have left out was really the extra Marvel thing that they had separate, and this
and
Simpsons.
But then again, I feel like they may have. The advertisement. It probably was more Crunchyroll approaching them, but.
Well, yeah. But the three things that should have been, like, the only three things that they should have announced and left everything was a surprise was the figure, Guardians of the Galaxy, and maybe Ghostbusters. To be honest, Ghostbusters got shafted in this whole crate because they got the cheapest of all the items.
What? It's a door hanger.
Yeah, I know.
Worthless.
Yeah, they got shafted so hard. And it's sad because there's so many people that like Ghostbusters and it's coming back. I mean, they're kind of getting this one that's an all-female cast. I'm surprised that they didn't put more than just fucking this. I was expecting maybe that when we got a Ghostbusters thing and they announced a comic, I was actually kind of expecting maybe a Ghostbusters comic.
Well, who owns the rights to make Ghostbusters comics then?
I don't know.
It might.
I mean, that was something that could have been really nice.
Yeah, you know? I mean, a figure, hell, this is where I actually would love to have had the figure.
Something... Well, here's the thing, that's what they put in the Mega Crate. And even the Mega Crate kind of was lackluster. The best things...
got the only thing in the Mega Crate that really stood out to me was that you got an Xbox and a PS4.
Yeah, you got an Xbox One and a PS4. But even then,
That was the good thing
they
about
put
that.
Pop Funko figures of the Ghostbusters in there of 3 figures, and you couldn't just give an exclusive one of those. I mean,
Yeah,
either that or they could have done the freaking comic book. It was one or the other. Why did you have to give us this?
yeah, it's one of the Ghostbusters, Slimo, and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, and this could have been your surprise. This is the one that no one would have ever wanted in this crate because it was the odd one out, and yet it beats 3 of the 5 main brands.
Well,
3.
you can't beat true Soviet ingenuity.
I'm sorry, this crate is the more disappointing crate than I thought it was going to be because the way this thing was hyped up,
Yeah.
it was hyped really well. And this wasn't what sold me. The previous crate sold me. This one was a bonus because I had a 3-month plan just like Kyo does. You know,
I mean, if you had got the Mega Crate, you'd be saying something different.
well, even in the Mega Crate, the only thing I would have ever cared about was the Xbox One because I already have a PS4. I would love to have the Pop Funko figures and the Batman thing. I don't care enough about comics to read comics. I do have comics. I just don't read them all the time. I'm not a big comic book kind of guy. That's why I'm not a big fan of Marvel or DC.
Hell, when it comes to Marvel's comics that I do read, I stay in space. I don't have any reason to read the comics about stuff on Earth.
Well, hell, even though I'm a big fan of Batman, all I know from Batman is the Cartoon Network series from the animated series from the 90s and the movies. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't follow the comics. This is not bad. I'm not saying this picture's all bad, and I might read it, but again, I'm not a big comic book guy. I never have been. So, half the time when I go to a movie to look at what Guardians of the Galaxy, I never read a single book, and immediately I go in there just open-minded, and I thought the movie was great, and so did most of fucking America. But Kyo basically straight up...
never read the comics.
Yeah, but Kyo basically said, forget everything you read out of comics. It was its own story. And I was like, that's good. Because if you knew anything about the comics, you're going into that movie knowing everything, and you're going to be pissed off.
I tried not to be pissed off watching it.
Yeah. You can't have that. It's the same thing. You act like Spoonie one, because he'll go into knowing something about something, and he gets angry because they didn't follow the comic, or they didn't follow the book. And that's stupid. You go with an open mind, and suddenly you're better.
Yeah.
There are some advantages of not reading comics when you go to see a superhero movie. Like, for instance, the Spider-Man films. Which, oh my god, we're going back into that. Spider-Man films were not faithful to the comics at all. I don't think any of them were.
To be honest, I don't care that much about Spider-Man.
Well, neither do I, but I don't think any of those films were following the comics. And I heard recently that Sony, and don't get me started about Sony because we'll have a fucking hour-long vlog on that one. I heard that they are planning to fire everybody that did the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and replace them so they can have another one from Sony and Marvel. And Marvel wants full rights on it so they can do that.
Oh, that's about getting Spider-Man in one of the Avengers or Civil War or something.
Yeah, and really, don't care. Marvel likes to go off their comics, but with Disney in the helm, they kind of have to not do that. That's what they kind of did with Guardians. They had to go on that route of making a brand new story for newer generations to get into.
Yeah, I mean, having read all the build-up, the comics there's a lot of build-up to the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics.
Well, it's even like Iron Man 3. If you go and watching that and you hear the Mandrid and everything, the Mandrid in the comics is supposed to be this bad guy, this massive bad guy.
Not just the comics. I've watched the old cartoon series of Iron Man, and the Mandrid is the main villain there, And if you had just watched the cartoon, you know who the Mandarin is.
Yeah. So going into Iron Man 3, knowing the Mandarin's a part of it, you're thinking the Mandarin's going to be this bad guy, and then you find out he's a fucking actor. He's being
Yeah.
paid to act like this. You know,
It,
it's a cop out, but I understand what they're going for. They're not trying to follow the comics, they're trying to get a new audience in.
and all they did there was introduce AIM as a major power in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
That's what the third Iron Man movie did. It didn't further Iron Man so much as introduce another villain next to Hydra.
Yeah.
In fact, well, they introduced that villain before they introduced Hydra, so I don't know.
It's still, that movie got kind of hit hard because they put the Mandarin in. If they didn't have the Mandarin in there, it'd be fine. Honestly, it would have been just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put Mandarin in there. Mandarin is a major powerhouse against Iron Man. Leave it alone.
Oh, he's a major powerhouse against most of the Marvel heroes.
It's like taking Joker, making him a sub character completely. Like he's there. Batman goes after him and finding out that the Joker is just wearing face paint.
You
and
mean making a reverse movie where it's Harvey Dent the entire time, and then the Joker just shows up?
Well, that's pretty much what Dark Knight was really about, because it basically they focus so much on Joker that you end up finding out this payoff. It's fucking Harvey Dent. That's a bad guy. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of the new Batman trilogy. I despise it because it's not Batman. I don't see that Batman in there. Bane sucked. And that's hard to do.
We'll fall down this road. We don't need that many dislikes.
I don't care. I'm going to say that the best Batman stuff came from the 90s and always will. And, of course, there's also the 66 Batman. But that's a whole different set of Batman by its own right. But, again, the best Batman came in the 90s. It always will be the best ones because that's true Batman. That pretty much was close as they could get to the comics, I think. To some of them. Not all of them, because Batman Forever and anything after Batman Forever kind of sucked. But, still, the early 90s, best era for Batman. That's why I do love this one, because that's good Joker. That's the Joker I know.
It reminds me a lot of the 60s stuff when I look at it.
Well, yeah, that's it. It's perfect. You know, I never really liked, like, this is like almost Brave and the Bold version of Joker, in a sense.
Brave and the Bold was pretty good.
You know, I mean, you get these, like, old style ones. That's the ones that I like. I don't like any of these new ones. I'm not disrespecting Heath Ledger's part. I'm not disrespecting him. He did a good Joker. Just not the one I like. It's the one I hate the most. It's the one that doesn't feel like Joker, doesn't act like Joker. Sorry. I know people feel different, but I'm going to stick by that. You have anything else to add to this crate? I think I've said everything I could think of.
Yeah, it was really... Yeah, it's all been said. You went on your rant and just said everything.
Yeah, I know I went on a rant, and I'm sorry I went to the rant part, but I'm a true fan. You know?
It's a bit disappointing, I think, overall.
This was an underwhelming crate. The way they hyped it up, it was underwhelming. And
yeah, they really did make it feel like it was going to be something big and special, like they were going to spend a bit extra.
Yeah.
And go all the way. 3 figures in here. Fuck it. No, socks and a figure and some stickers.
And a comic book, if you were lucky to get that, apparently.
It came in your box. Which it didn't in mine.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, after the last couple of crates, like October and November were fantastic crates. The way they were, even the November crate was a little lackluster, but it wasn't totally bad because you got a game out of that one. It was video game themed. You got some really nice items out of it.
Yeah, it was good. It was real good.
And
I
then
mean, hell,
the
I
fear.
wasn't expecting some of the stuff in that one.
Well, even the fear crate was fantastic. It
I think
it was
they should
great.
have built this one up so much.
Yeah, I mean,
Should have just left it a mystery a bit more than they did.
yeah. This one in the after what? Now this would be your 5th month.
Yeah.
After 5 months, this one is probably the worst in comparison to all the others. I mean, this was the
I
one
kind
that
of feel like that. Yeah.
it was. It has that feeling. I mean, it has some quantity. It has some quality items. It's got 4 items that are quality.
But I mean, I kind of prefer a scalpel than a hammer.
Yeah.
And this was the hammer approach to getting things in, putting things in here.
And I understand maybe it was a rush of the holiday schedule. It could have been that, but the way it was hyped, having a comic book which we could have amazingly said something other than Batman or DC, because if you were going to come out and say that people found out that this was the Batman thing, comic books should have been something else completely, not Batman. They could have capitalized that, and you didn't need to have that air freshener. It could have been Captain America. It could have been, but they didn't. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the comic book would have been able to stand on its own.
Yeah.
It was a nice cover on it and all that, and I bet it's an interesting read if you don't have to read everything before it to understand it.
But
which
again,
is
the fact that it's a Batman thing, and then we got also a Batman figure on top of it, takes away everything else. They really focused on Batman. How the box itself is Batman themed.
Yeah, they went all out, but DC does more than just Batman.
They do Superman. They do Wonder Woman, and those guys are in the names right now. You know, they're hell, freaking Arrow and Flash. Something from WB there? No.
Yeah.
There's so many options they could have gone with, and they just stuck with Batman. I understand maybe they didn't have a whole lot of time. It could have been a thing.
I mean, Batman has really become the face of DC.
And that's why I fucking love this, because the other face of DC in terms of villains is Joker.
Yeah, it's basically DC is the people who make Batman.
And this as a whole, this as a whole is the entire face of DC. Batman and Joker. They sell things. I hate saying that, especially when it comes to, like, Guardians, and you know how popular they are right now. And the fact that we have a Groot figure. The fact that it has a glow-in-the-dark hand. The fact that we got this where it has dancing Groot when he's a baby, you know? These are good things. Guardians is coming up. They're getting a sequel. They have all this stuff. Yet, in comparison to this, Batman and a comic book.
That's the main show right there. That's what this crate was all about.
You know, and nothing against Guardians. I mean, the figure is nice. It's a nice bobblehead. The socks are nice. But when you look at the pricing here, this is equal. This isn't. You know, this is probably what?
Socks are going to cost you, novelty socks, it has to be at least $20, because socks.
Yeah. But this, too? They had to go through DC to get this.
Yeah, so it's...
And it's a major name.
Yeah, it's probably... Because I know comics are like $7 a comic had normally. I don't know what today...
This is the thing, is that they not only just gave you the comic, they gave you a new cover. Not only that, they also gave you 3 digital copies of the first 3 chapters of Batman Arkham Unhinged. They gave that as a promo on top of it.
Welcome. So it's not even in the same series as
that comic. Yeah, it's... They kind of went all out with Batman. In comparison, like, I know that these may be like $20 possibly, but that's stretching it. Because this right here is not a Loot Crate exclusive. This could have been out for months already.
Heck, it does say Loot Crate exclusive on it, though.
Where? Oh, it's on the back?
Yeah.
Still think they could have been sold these for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, novelty socks. They're interesting. I like them. Keep doing them. But
you can also...
focus in a bit more, though.
Yeah.
Focus in. You should have made just a DC crate, I think.
Yeah, or just a Batman crate at this point, because that's what it was.
Yeah, it really wasn't DC, it was just Batman.
I mean...
Batman Comics. That's what DC just needs to rename itself, because...
yeah. Fucking Groot fell down. I'll pick him up in a moment. Yeah. I would have liked it to be better than Simpsons. I would have liked maybe a better item than freaking this for Ghostbusters. I would have eliminated this completely. I'm sorry. Air fresheners do not sell me on your crate. Don't put them in there. They are a waste of space, and they don't cost much to get even novelty.
Yeah.
You can find these at a store. I'm sorry. You can find them anywhere. They're all over the place. This is the worst item I believe in this crate, as much as even the door hanger's pretty bad.
I'm willing to put it above the door hanger, just because...
Which one are you going to use more, though? I mean, if you didn't have a car, if you did not have a car, which one would you use more?
I'd have a higher chance of getting used out of the stickers, to be honest.
Well, no. If it was just between those two, you can't involve everything else. These are still the two worst items in this whole crate. That's no joke.
I'd put it on the door and just forget about it. That's not really using it.
It's nice looking. I like the fact it has Slammer on mine. That's the only cool thing about it for me. But other than that, it's a waste of fucking space. It's a waste of plastic.
You forget about it because this isn't. It's not like it says "stay out." It doesn't say "I'm busy. Don't bother me." I mean, it's.
Yeah, mine says "warning: ghost busting in progress." Or come on,
come on in, regardless.
Yeah, coming in, you ugly little spud. You know.
I mean, it's not like it's a warning that you're doing something that you can't be disturbed. It's novelty.
Yeah. 3 of these things were novelty. Hell, even the socks are novelty, but they have a use. They're more useful than any of the other items in here. Comic book, something to read. This is where the money went into.
But I'd say that's where it goes in every time we get a Pop Funko, though.
Last time we got a Pop Funko, we got more than just this.
Yeah, we got some nice stuff.
Yeah, you know, that one, we got 2 fucking figures out of, you know? We got some decent stuff there. This one, just, that was the money maker. That was it. Those who like some of this items, hey, go to Loot Crate. I'm just disappointed with this one. This is not their best. This is probably the worst I've seen.
Well, hey, it's the worst of show from Loot Crate. I mean, I didn't even get the comic.
Well, there's some... I don't know why you didn't at all. But I know that Ashens, because that's how he got me into Loot Crate. Pretty much the interest in there. But he got, like, 2 of those, like, things from the Heroes Crate where you give you the lightning bolts.
The swings, whatever.
Yeah, the swings. He got 2 sets of them, where we only got 1 set of them, and I'm pretty sure everybody else. They don't really manage this stuff, I don't think.
From what I've seen of them, isn't it just an assembly line where every person's job is to put the one thing in?
Yeah, so you'd have to freaking contact Loot Crate if you really wanted it bad enough, Keo. If you don't, then don't worry about it. The only time you want to probably complain, if you didn't get this in the crate, you complain immediately.
Yeah.
You didn't get your money's worth in this fucking thing. I don't care how much it costs, you don't get your money's worth without this. This was the best item. It is the only item you really should ever care about in this crate. Maybe the socks, maybe the comic book, but this is the one you want. If you didn't get this, you complain to them immediately and say, "Hey, I didn't get this," and I'll show you pictures. You do that. Other than that, yeah, this crate's disappointing. It scale of 10, 5, 6.
Yeah, somewhere in
It's
there.
average. It's less than Heroes Crate. And Heroes Crate was about 6 to 7, somewhere around there. And I think we ranked the Fear Crate the highest because it had the most within theme, and it was really good figures and stuff like that came out of that one.
Yeah.
In comparison to that in last month's, which was about a 9 or 8 to 9 because of what it had, it was. This one is just lackluster. The best item, like I said, figure. Second best was the socks. Third best was the comic book. That was your crate. Everything else.
That's the third best for me, I guess, is the stickers.
The fourth would be your condition, but yeah, stickers are number 4 in my position, in most positions. Even Dredd got his first loot crate, and he couldn't be with us because he was feeling ill. He wanted to be with us, but yeah, he said this was underwhelming. It had some good items, but a lot of this stuff sucked.
Well, I mean, it's just so hyped up, though, I think. Because, this is the big one. The biggest one of the year.
Yeah, and I understand it was their anniversary.
One.
Yeah, it was... It had so much potential, it just fell short of that.
I kind of expected it, almost for them to go too Pop Funko on this one, just because of how... This is the big one!
What would be the other... I was like, if they were going to do that, the only other one that they could ever do besides Batman was...
It'd have to be Catwoman, maybe?
No.
Just stay with Batman here.
Well, if they stayed with Batman, they would have just called this a Batman crate. At that point, But, well, yeah, it is. But, I mean, if they were going with that whole theme. They were going to Anniversary, and they had all these names. If all the names, they already had a Pop Funko that was guaranteed... I wouldn't mind having that small variant that was about maybe this size of Raph here, or whatever, the one that came with the Firefly one. If they were going to do something like that, I wouldn't mind being at freaking Simpsons. I wouldn't mind it definitely being a friggin' Marvel thing. Because it would have been far better than the friggin' air freshener.
I guess. I mean...
That's the only way they could have balanced this out.
Yeah, I'm not... Because the theme was Anniversary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't Batman.
I understand The Simpsons. The Simpsons make sense, then. The Guardians, though, then doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Guardians was kind of thrown in there last minute.
The Guardian team heel was created in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't...
Well, here's the thing. The anniversary was all built up because, A, it was Loot Crate's anniversary. It was their first year anniversary. Secondly, Batman had their 75th. Thirdly, I think it was Marvel had over 100, something like 75 years or something like that.
I guess it could have just been Marvel stuff because of them, but wouldn't they want to focus in on some of the earliest Marvel stuff?
Yeah, that's why I think they were going with Captain America.
Granted, there was a Guardians of the Galaxy team in 1960. But, I mean, now we call that team Guardians of the Galaxy 3000.
And let's see, what else was on anniversary? 30-year anniversary of Ghostbusters, which made it really well. They were trying to hype that up for this. And I was actually kind of hoping for something like that. I would have loved to have, I don't know, a squishy little thing that looked like Slimer.
Or a stress ball Slimer?
Yeah, that's something like that, or, I don't know, maybe a small figure.
Of Homer Simpson instead of Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been fine and content if the comic book was Batman. That would have been fine, but I would have wanted something other than another Batman thing being the figure at that point, and you would have not have to spend so much money on the other cheap novelty pieces of crap that's in here. it would have been better that way. I understood why they didn't do Ghostbusters for the figure because that was in the Mega Crate. That made sense.
Yeah.
You know, I this that's all I could say. This crate was just it missed its mark.
Yeah. It,
Great. It started off great. I'm not gonna lie. It just sucked at the end.
I mean, a T-shirt would have been great. Hell, a Loot Crate anniversary T-shirt. Just a Loot Crate on it. Anniversary. Would have been fine.
Yeah. Hell, it could have had a T-shirt, a figure, and
the comic book, and been fine.
And it would have been the best crate you ever given us because it gives you the top 3.
It gives you a shirt.
Gives you a comic. It gives you a Pop Funko figure. I don't care how many people may not like Pop Funko, because I know there are some. These are the highest qualities you're ever going to get in terms of figures.
At least the giant head, tiny body market.
Well, they're chibis. We know that.
Yeah.
But they don't break hardly. They're sturdy as hell. Get them. They're better than any articulation type figure out there because those things will break. They're very thin plastic regardless. This stuff is vinyl. These things last long. Like I have an Illidan here. He's fallen over probably 85, 90 times on my desk. He has yet to break a goddamn thing. And he's about 4 feet from the floor. You know, just there's so many options here, and this stuff right here is good. The shirt would have been nice, but they didn't want to do that. I guess it's because they had it 2 times in a row, so that's my guess. But anyway, yeah, unless we want to make this a vlog suddenly.
But I think we should actually make a vlog when we make a vlog.
Well, last time we made a vlog, we missed. That was my fault. This one's lasting long. I know we were like, this is kind of a semi-vlog kind of rant thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we just kind of always scrutinize it in depth.
Well, we have to. We have to be critical about this. You know?
I mean, yeah. Because most of the videos I've seen with it, here's the stuff.
Yeah.
Now we're done with the video. Subscribe.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes. We want to actually kind of take an in-depth look at these, you know? How much they probably cost. Was it worth it? What is the crate? You know, all that stuff. Even the box is really nice looking, but it's a box.
Yeah, I mean, I won't put too much. I mean, they could leave a plain, simple box and it'd be fine.
Yeah. Which reminds me, do you see the frickin' Konami code anywhere on this thing?
Oh shit, I didn't even look.
I just happened to realize that it's not on here that I seen. Unless it's on the sides that I don't know.
Is this the first time they didn't have the Konami code?
It might be. Yeah, I don't see it. Well, I don't even see the share thing either.
Yeah. I think they went all out in making this properly Batman that they didn't like. They took the share and the Konami code out. That's actually kind of disappointing. I need my Konami code. I constantly forget what it is.
I just happened to think about it because I hadn't seen it yet. Anyway, yeah, that's aside. That's not a big deal. But yeah. In terms of crates, there have been better. They came out previously in the year, and we'll just leave it at that. If this was your first crate, for those who maybe just wanted to try it out or did get like 3-month subscription, I mean, or a 6-month or whatever, you started off bad.
Just hope the next one's better.
Yeah. That's if you choose to continue.
Book, though. I mean,
this one started off when it opened it, you started off pretty good, but then it got bad at the end.
I mean, that's just how these work. I mean, you gotta take the
It's a
good with the
random chance. It's
bad.
all random. But yeah, if you did start off with this, at least you got one of these. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
this is
it's
probably the
always
best
nice to
thing.
start with the Pop Funko
Yeah.
because we didn't get another one for a couple crates after.
Well, we didn't get a Pop Funko since August.
Yeah,
We got the miniature Pop Funkos, but those
but
ones
that
are not.
doesn't count.
Yeah, that one. Those are a blind box. You don't
Blind
even know what
boxes
you're
are
gonna get.
something different. I
But
mean, you can keep Pop Funko brand, but it's not,
it's
you
not as
know.
good. It's weak. It's not like this. We'll go with that. They're actually more like cartoonish. But yeah,
I have Captain Mal right here. I think he was the Pop Funko, right?
yeah, he was the one that came in September, which when you look at him, he's not bad, but he's off. According to Kyo, he doesn't have his gun; he has a rifle.
Well, because the Loot Crate exclusive one that we got has the rifle,
Yeah,
but the normal edition that you could just hope to get has the pistols,
yeah.
which is weird.
And the thing is that
Personally, I would have wanted Jane because he had Vera, but
yeah, that one was just a little disappointing. And this one is probably the worst of the disappointments that we got. Now I've seen worse crates before. When they started out earlier, these things used to cost like 35, $40, and
oh yeah. Considering that this was only $20,
this is not a bad loss.
this isn't bad.
You're always going to get more than what you paid for. That is true. No matter what you buy in terms of crate, you're always going to get more value than you paid for. However, it's usually what's in it that depends on what you like and what you don't. The Heroes crate was really nice, but there was a lot of bad things in it. Like the swings, like I care less. The best items were the Groot figure, the Raph figure. You know, it wasn't great. Um,
Yeah.
the next crate, which was the Galactic or Galaxy, whatever one it is, that one was actually weaker. And the only reason it was weaker, it was more popular for Keo because it had Firefly. It had two things of Firefly in it for him.
It was quite a good crate.
It was a great crate for him, mild crate for me. You see the difference here? So you can think this was a great crate based on what's in it. It's just how much you like him. If you wanted
you
that,
love Batman far more than I do.
yeah, that's why I'm giving it maybe a 6, but you would give it a 5. That's the difference here. You know, it's
can't
opinionated.
appease everyone. They just have to take with what they get.
Yeah, it's an opinionated statement. We understand that. That's why me and Keo are doing this together. Because if I was doing this by myself, that's my opinion, and it doesn't feel good to bounce it off another person. So, yeah, we do have 2 separate videos. He's recording his end, I'm recording my end. And we're going to put up on our own channel, so if you're subscribed to one of us, well, go for it.
One of these.
But, yeah. For those who started on this crate, you didn't start off great, you started off okay. It's not great.
I mean, January, start of the year though, there might be some decent stuff. But,
Well, we'll find out.
I mean, the big thing is a lot of the crates, coincided with releases of things,
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, December doesn't got none. No one releases anything in December.
Well, the only thing that released in December that referenced this one was Guardians. That was it. Guardians the movie itself released at
So I guess
December 9th.
I guess.
But that's the only thing that came out of this. Simpsons you see every freaking Sunday. Or every day, actually, if you actually are watching on other channels. You know, Ghostbusters. It has been playing recently if you have cable. It's been on AMC quite often. But really, it's just nothing new. You only hear it in news that they're making a female cast version. And the only reason they're doing that really is because Harold Ramis passed away. Because honestly, I don't think they would have made it otherwise. That's it, pretty much.
It won't even be back. It won't even have nostalgia really to run on though.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it have a bit, but it won't have the characters that make the movie. Though.
Well, that's a whole thing. We have a whole another reason to talk about that. That's not talking about this.
we have. We need to make
That's
a
going on
vlog
another
series
level. We
at
don't
some
want to go
point.
there.
At some point, we need to make the vlog series.
We might have to. Maybe next week. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But yeah. Like I said, 5, 6 out of 10 for this crate. Best item was the Pop Funko figure. Second best was probably comic book or socks. But that was it, really. That's all you should ever care about in this crate. If you did like the friggin' other items, that's your prerogative. It's just not me and Kyo's thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my end. I'm sure Kyo's end of people, he has more subscribers than me, so I'm sure they'll enjoy it. I know this is probably what, fucking 40 minutes, maybe an hour.
I have.
I don't know.
It's, I believe, an hour 11 right now.
It's similar to a vlog, but this is more being critical and actually reviewing the damn thing. So, anyway, I'm going to end my recording. So, see you later, peeps.
Yep. See you later, people.